Hi, I'm Claudia St. I'm the president of Affinity HR Group, and we are your HR partner and resource. I have to say, it's way more fun helping all of you headhunt and recruit and hire your workforces than it is having conversations with you about how to reduce your workforces. But here we are in the time of Corona. So I wanted to take a minute to talk to you. I've been asked a number of times by clients whether it would be more advantageous to the employee to lay them off or to reduce their hours given reduced work demand for those of you who are still able to be operational. So I wanted to go through a couple of issues with you for you to consider. First of all, the difference between a furlough and a layoff, there is no difference. Basically, when you separate from an employee, you separate from them with the intention maybe or maybe not of hiring them back. But for all intents and purposes, once they are separated, they are no longer your obligation and they are eligible for unemployment insurance benefits. So one of the considerations for you is what is the maximum weekly benefit that that employee could receive under your unemployment board? These are state-by-state levels, and unemployment is administered on a state-by-state level. Most benefits range between $400 and $600 a weekly maximum benefit. The Senate miraculously just passed on a unanimous vote an emergency coronavirus spending relief bill that has still got to go through the House and get signed by the president. But this extends state unemployment levels by up to 13 weeks. So whereas the maximum weeks that you can be on unemployment average around 24 weeks, that's been extended by 13 weeks. I'm not going to do the math, but I imagine it's something along the lines of 37 weeks. But it also does something very important, which is whatever that weekly maximum benefit might be. So let's say it's $400 in your state. They would be adding an additional $600 to that weekly maximum benefit for up to 4 months. So that means that if your state weekly maximum benefit was $400 and you have an employee that satisfied that weekly benefit, they would now get not $400 but $1,000 a week under this benefit. So those are the things for you to look at when trying to do the financial calculation of which would be more advantageous to your employees. There's a very important thing for you to consider, however, and that is when you separate from that employee, they no longer get health insurance. They're eligible for COBRA or continuation of health insurance benefits, but that normally is paid by them entirely, and the cost of the full premium for a health insurance policy is quite high. And the last thing you want is employees dropping their health insurance coverage in the middle of a global health pandemic. So if you are thinking about laying off your employees but want to keep them back and intend to hire them back, you may want to consider offering to pay the employer portion of the health insurance premium while they are on COBRA for, say, up to 4 months if they are out. So that is something you should consider, because otherwise, if you just lay them off, if you reduce their hours by 40 or 50%, they would still have presumably health insurance. So that is part of your calculus when trying to figure this out. Another thing that I want you to be considering when you make this decision is, while you want to bring everybody back as quickly as possible, you need to realize that you really don't know what that recovery will look like, and you do not want to be in the position of making a promise to hire somebody. So when you are communicating with the employee, if you are laying them off, make sure they know that that is your intention, that is what you want to be able to do, but that you cannot make that promise, and that you will retain your rights under employment at will, just as they will retain their right to seek employment elsewhere if they are not hired by you. So just don't lose your right to employment at will. And I wish you that these decisions were easy. My final piece of advice is you may want to look at each employee situation uniquely to see what best suits them in their life circumstances. And you can treat employees differently as long as you're not differing your treatment of them based on their protected class, such as their race, their religion, their color, their disability, their age, their gender, any of those things. I hope this helps. I really look forward to getting back to sunny days of robust business for all of my clients and all of you. We will get there shortly. This is a short moment in time, and it too shall pass. Wishing you all safe and healthy work weeks, and I hope to hear from you soon. Take care.